Cherry Track, a sustainable social hub for a previously lifeless quad. The quad between the Department of Environmental Science and Department of Animal and Avian Science buildings here at the University of Maryland is an unutilized and quite depressing waste of space. During my many trips to the quad, I've never seen people engaging in positive social interaction. Instead, these people were walking with their heads down, usually buried in a phone or device, sadly moping around class. This is not only upsetting, but it is also against all of the sustainable and social initiatives that the University of Maryland strives for. Instead of having students sulk through this space, use this quad as just a walkway to class, students should be excited and happy to visit this space, whether it be for class or for their own leisure. This will not only increase the morale of students, but also serve as a place to relieve stress, which we all know leads to better focus on schoolwork. This is why I'm asking you, the members of the UMD Facilities Management Board and UMD Administration, to consider my proposal and ultimately approve the design and subsequent implementation of Cherry Track. I'm here today to seek your approval for Cherry Track. With the approval, I will be given easement to the quad, and your approval will allow for a grant from the Office of the Provost and their budget. I will first highlight the goals of Cherry Track, then show visuals of my development, and then explain how Cherry Track will improve both the lives of students and the surrounding environment. I will then finish with how the project will be funded and how you can help. The goals of the Cherry Track redevelopment project are as follows: provide a hub for students to improve their physical well-being, while also having positive social interactions, to provide an aesthetically pleasing place for students and faculty to complete schoolwork and collaborate on assignments, as well as to relieve stress. My first plan of implementation is a running track. This would cause the space to become a hub and a point of interest for Maryland students. In talking to fellow classmates, I found that this would be a useful implementation because there's currently no outdoor track that UMD students have consistent access to. My second implementation would be a fountain in the middle of the quad, a centerpiece for the track. This fountain features a spillway that collects rainwater, which then leads to a pump vault underground to recycle the water. The fountain also has aqua blocks that act as an underground reservoir for excess water waiting to be recycled. This fountain would help increase the sustainability of my development. The finished product will also include cherry blossom trees and bushes to make the space even more beautiful and inviting. Benches will also be installed as an area for students and faculty to do work and socialize. Critics of Cherry Track argue that having a running track in between two school buildings makes no sense and is not an efficient use of space. However, this is completely untrue, as there are various seating options both on the fountain and on the benches where schoolwork can be completed. The idea of the track fills a need among UMD students and creates for a better sense of community. You would see familiar faces every day running at the track or studying between classes. This builds a sense of camaraderie among students here at UMD. The combination of both a running track, fountain with benches, and beautiful vegetation perfectly represents the university's sustainable social and education initiatives that the current unoccupied space does not. My plan for funding this project is as follows. The development will cost around $600,000, $500,000 for the track, $30,000 for the fountain, and roughly $70,000 for trees and shrubs. Pending the acceptance of my approval, this money will be given by the Office of the Provost, and Cherry Track would be developed by UMD Facilities Management and UMD Administration. I urge you, UMD Facilities Management Board, UMD Administration, and Office of the Provost to approve plans and funding for Cherry Track so that UMD students and faculty can have an environmentally friendly and sustainable place to study, interact, bond, and exercise.